This video is going to be on creating this connecting rod part. You have a PDF attached to the assignment that has the dimensions for creating it, and so I will walk you through step by step how to do this and kind of explain the thought process behind it. We're going to start with, of course, an inch English part, and I want to do a 2D sketch on my front surface plane. And I want to start with the cylinder at the left end of it. And so I will go with a circle at the origin. There we go. And let's see, this has a diameter of 1.25. All right, and so let's extrude that symmetrically 1 inch thick. Okay, so that's got my cylinder to the left end. Now I want to do the arc at the right end, and the reason I'm doing this in different pieces is because we have different thicknesses of extrusion. So I'm going to start another sketch on my same front plane, and I'm going to go ahead and do a circle, and this one is a radius 1.25. Okay, and so I want to, dimension it and align it, so I'm going to go ahead and project some geometry here. And we see that that is 6.5. Excuse me. And I'm going to do a coincident constraint onto the axes there. I'm fully constrained, and so now I'll extrude that symmetrically, and it is 1 inch thick also. Okay. Did that go 1 inch thick? Yeah, all right. And so now we'll do another sketch on the same front plane. And this is going to be my handle, if you will, the horizontal part there. So let me slice my graphics so I can see things a little better. And we can do a rectangle. It doesn't matter. We can do lines. The problem with rectangles is once we trim it, we end up losing some features. So I'll go ahead and do that. And let's see, this is going to be kind of wonky out here. So I'm just going to draw it. And then we've got a couple more arcs. So I'm going to put a circle and another circle. Okay. And let's get this one taken care of first. So the height of that is 0.75, and I want it to be centered so I just did the 0.75 divided by 2, so that centers it up on there. It should have a coincident constraint on that corner. It does, okay. And now then, let's see, let's go tangent this circle to the top, this circle to the bottom. And these are a radius 2 circle, so dimension type radius 2. And let's go with an equals constraint. And now then, we need a line that comes from the top of that over horizontally. And let's do that again at the bottom. Okay, let's see. And we notice it's 0.75 back to this point right here should be 0.75. So let me trim those lines out and do a dimension there. And we'll do an equals constraint. That one didn't get a coincident on there. So let's see. Let's try a tangent on there. Okay. And now let's trim, excuse me, a bunch of that. And let's put a connecting line across there. That's kind of weird. Okay. All right, so now it's asking for some more dimensions. So let's just see what Inventor says we need. Oh. We ended up with a weird little point right there. I'm not sure where that came from. But now it says I need 3 dimensions. Weird. So I'm going to, there. What is that? I'm not sure. I ended up with a second line in there somehow. So let's draw a new line connecting those. Okay, what does it say I need? Ah, okay, needed a constraint right there in the middle. Okay, so that's cool. And now I can extrude this. And I want to go symmetrical, and it is 0.5. Okay, so that's looking looking pretty good. So now let's cut the end of this off. I could have done that earlier, so I'll do a sketch on that plane and draw a line through the midpoint there. And we should be able to extrude and cut that. So I'm going to cut through all. Okay, so that's looking right. And so now we're going to use the slot tool on this end to create the rounded parts at the top. So I'll do a sketch on this surface and go to my rectangle, pull down, and go slot. Let's go center to center. No, I think slot center point probably work best. And so there's my center that because of my axis, my origin. So I'm going to click there and just drag straight up. So I got a perpendicular constraint, click, and then go out. And now let's put some dimensions in. This has a radius of 0.25. and it is 3 inches total end to end. Okay, and my hole goes all the way through, so I can go ahead and put in these holes here, and they are a diameter 0.25. Do another one at this end. 0.25, that should be diameter. Yep. Okay, and now we can extrude that back a distance of 0.5. Change my distance back 0.5. That's correct. Okay, and so now I've got my gross shape, if you will. Let me pause this video and start another one, and then we'll finish up with all the other stuff.